Hi, I'm Tommy Norman, VP of Agile Operations here at Acklen Avenue. And in this video, I wanted to talk a little bit about how we use metrics with our software development teams. Here at Acklen, we use Trello to track all of our work. You can see here we have our backlog and what's on deck for the team to start working on. Then that goes into work in progress because we use a Kanban board and you can see things are developing. We have wait lanes where things are waiting to be pulled into the next phase. And we track that all the way to production so we can tell how long it takes us to get each card done. We then export all of that information into a database and pull that into Clipfolio to actually visualize this data in our metrics. In our metrics, we try to have a very balanced approach. You can see here we are looking at cycle time, which is the time from which we actually pull a card and start working on it to the time it actually is delivered. We measure that, and then the amount of cards delivered, so we're measuring the speed at which we're delivering things. We also want to measure quality, so we measure reworks, which is how many cards are flowing backwards, whether they got sent back from a code review or our internal quality assurance or feedback from the actual client. And then we actually track bugs that are actually existing out in the system that made it into production. And then we track our team confidence by weekly having people fill out a survey with about 5 questions commenting on how well they feel they're doing their work. And then every 2 weeks, we're asking our clients how confident they are that we're going to be able to help them reach their goals and provide enough value for them. And that gives us a good balanced view at how a project is going. At the top here, you can see these trends, which kind of tell us at a glance how things are going. Things that have these little blocks just mean that there's been real no change from the last time we had this metric. And then when you see something turning yellow, that's telling you, hey, there isn't a problem yet, but there might be a problem, meaning something is trending towards being an outlier. And green means that it is within a range of acceptable deviation. And the arrows just mean, is it moving in a down, meaning a negative direction, or moving up in a positive direction. And this helps us get really focused on where we want to look at our metrics and investigate problems. All our metrics tell a story, and on this project I can actually see a story developing over real time. So you can see here we had cycle time start to really go up. And what was happening there? Well, I can tell you that at that point in time we had someone on the project, a developer, actually leave and take a new job. And so, of course, even though we brought in another developer to replace them, that person is a little bit slower because they're getting, used to the project. Also, the other senior developer had to mentor them and educate them, so it slows them down. So our cycle times went up. It took a little bit longer to get things done. Now, what we did, because we know this happens, because we do this a lot, is we added a third developer to help out for a little while. So while cycle time did go up, we also saw that our throughput went up a little bit more to kind of balance it out because we added some extra hands. And then you can see eventually we had to send that third developer back because it was just temporary, and they got back into a good flow there. You can also see that when we added these new people, that there was a spike in reworks and a little bit of a spike in bugs here, just because new people often make a little bit more mistakes. They are not as familiar with the project, but you can see that very quickly we resolved all of those bugs as we went through. You also see in team confidence when that person left, of course, the client was naturally worried. Wait a minute, one of my people is leaving. But you can see it go back up again as we started showing them how we were mitigating that risk. You see a little bit of that bump with the team too, but the team goes up very quickly because they know we've done this before and we're very quickly going to get back up to speed. So you can see how all these metrics tell a story, and we use these metrics all the time. Every week we review all the metrics of our teams internally and look for these type of trends and predictive analytics. And then we also review all of this data with our clients every 2 weeks to be totally transparent with them as well. Thanks for watching, and I hope this gave you a little bit of insight in how we use metrics here at Acklen with our software development teams. And subscribe if you'd like to see more videos like this one.